What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. A lot of my folks in the black community not gonna like this video. Y'all gonna be upset with me. And listen, it's okay. I can't let that control the videos, the content that I make on this channel. It is what it is, whether you like it or not. I have to say how I feel. I'm rooting for the Colorado Buffaloes to succeed. I want nothing but the best for Shedeur Sanders, for them young men on their team, man. Like, they doing their thing. Coach Prime put a lot of black men on his coaching staff. Put them in position to make good money, to be able to provide for their families and make more money than they ever made in their life, which I salute them for, right? It's a great story in sports. Father and son duo, or not duo, a trio with Shiloh. Shiloh balled out last game. He really, really did, right? But I got to say it. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders going to have to rein in his boys a nice amount. Not just a little bit, a nice amount, y'all. He's going to have to rein all that stuff in. You got to grab them by the reins. Hey, listen, grab them by their neck and their collar, cool that out, because they starting to get a little bit. It's starting to be a little bit too much. And I'm not talking about the on-field bravado. Like, okay, y'all can be, talking shit. It happens in sports, right? Sometimes people have these little back and forths in sports. It gets competitive. People competitive juices start flowing, and people just start getting to saying stuff back and forth or whatever, right? But they gotta be able to, he gotta rein them in. And I say that because at the very end of the game, I'm watching when what is the brother, the coach's name for Colorado State? Let me see what his name. Deion Sanders, is it Jay Norvell? Yeah, Jay Norvell or Jay Norvell, Jay Norvell is coming to come shake the post-game handshake, shaking Deion Sanders' hand. Shedeur, the quarterback. And I love Shedeur's game. I think he's phenomenal. I think he can play on Sundays. He's NFL talent without question. Shedeur trying to come in between the coach and trying to like he finna try to get some shit popping with the coach. Trying to come in between them and break it up and all. What are you doing? I say, yo, I'm looking at Shedeur. He got to cool that out. For real. Shedeur getting a little bit, he's getting a little bit beside himself. He's smelling himself a little bit. And again, he's playing phenomenal. So he's balling out. He's living up to his reputation and then some. They're driving him down the field 98 yards and getting the 2-point conversion. That was big money. Even the last touchdown he threw for the 2-point conversion, that was beautiful. Chef's kiss, right? But he got to cool that out. What are you going to do to Jay Norvell? What are you going to do? Why are you approaching another coach like you finna do something to him, like you finna come in between? I know that's your father, right? But your father is meeting that other man. That man said something about your father. Your father can approach, he can handle that situation. He can handle all of that, right? He can approach that man and talk about that and discuss that. He can, have a conversation with that man. He don't need you trying to come in and confront him for, what are you doing? You're a player. You're the head. You're the starting quarterback, the essential point guard of this team, the head of the snake. I'm not calling the Colorado Buffaloes team a snake. I'm just saying, right? You need to stay out of this. Let them two grown men discuss that. You don't have no place coming in there. I don't care if it's your father. And I say that because I, as a young black man, I grew up with a stern, strict father. My father's very loving, though. Very loving, love all of his children. If I would have tried to get into some business that he got with another grown man at 20, 21 years old, my daddy would have said, boy, what the fuck is wrong with you? My dad would have slapped the shit out of me and told me, go sit down somewhere. Okay? Why are you trying to interject yourself in between some grown men having a disagreement and an argument? You be cool. Let your father handle that, right? Then I look at the post-game interview. And I'm watching them talking to Shedeur Sanders. They talking to him on the field. ESPN people. And Shedeur talking to them. And I look, as a man, bro, I hate when other grown men try to swag when they talking to me. Talking like, this how Shedeur talking. You know what I'm saying? Showing the watch and all this and all that. And, showing the watch and all that. Bro, you talking to a grown man, dog. That's your father's age. These are professionals. The ESPN people ain't shit on you. They love your father, right? They love Colorado. Y'all driving in ratings for them, right? But why you gotta act like it's sounding like Shedeur swagging on him, like as if he's doing ESPN a favor by giving them an interview, like he gracing them with his presence. And people are going to say, oh, Mac, you don't like young men being expressive of themselves. No, bro, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. The city full of brash young men that talk shit when they play sports and all that. So it's not about him having a certain, like, I don't care about him having confidence or nothing like that. It's when you talking to other grown folks and you trying to swag on these grown folks who didn't work their ass off to be in this position, who said nothing bad about you. And I don't think he was trying to come across to be disrespectful to the dude, but it's just like they all been, thanks, Shedeur, you welcome, legendary, quoting Future and shit, legendary. Like, hey, cool that out, dog. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just I'm young, I'm only 30 years old, but I got a different type of mindset. I got a different type of energy about me. I can be talking shit to an opposing team, but when I come talk to another grown man who had nothing to do with that, I'm gonna be like, thank you, man. How y'all doing, man? We work hard, everything. We rally together, we stay resilient, man. If a dude tell me thanks, Shedeur, or thanks, Malcolm, I'm like, no problem, man. Thank y'all for helping us, for giving us the platform to do what we've been doing, man. Thank y'all, man. All that, like that, legendary, legendary, all that. Bro, what are you flashing? You're watching shit on a grown ass man that's 50-some years old. What are you doing that for? That's not cool, like, to me. I don't care what nobody say. People, like, a lot of young folks gonna be like, I'm saying young folks like I'm old. I sound like an old person, an older person, but I was reared by an older man, right? I was reared in the patriarchy by an older black man. My dad, cool, calm, collected, funny as ever. But it's certain stuff, my daddy will slap the shit out of me for talking to another 50-some-year-old man, flash him all, watch all in their face and all that. And I know his daddy is prime, but his daddy got to get a handle on that. Because Shedeur been doing little stuff for, like, since TCU game that I feel like, that's a little too much. He putting too much on it. Okay, again, he acting like they wasting his time with the interview, like he don't really want to be there, and like Shedeur doing the interview, like get this shit over with, what I'm saying, we Brady mode, Brady, I think the Brady mode. Only time he really seemed sincere was when he was talking about Travis Hunter. Other than that, Travis Hunter getting hurt, it was all, like, bro, like, and again, it's just something about that. I don't like when I'm at Walmart and I'm asking a young dude for directions. Hey, excuse me, sir, can you tell me where to get it? Might be LG. Boy, open your fucking mouth, dog. Talk up. All that. Open your mouth when you talking to people. You talking to grown men. What are you doing? All talking like Mace. Like he Mace on the track. I was murdered. P didn't call me Penny. It came for the money. Dog, cut it out. Like, I don't know. That's annoying. And I root for the young man. I love watching him play. I think he's a phenomenal player. I know he can play on Sundays. I know he can be a franchise quarterback. Hell, my Chicago Bears looking like we can use him right now. Cause shit, I don't know, y'all. This Justin Fields thing, it may not be for us, dog. We're going to have to talk about that in my next video. But yeah, I don't know. It may not be for us. But it's just how he coming across. And I say that because Shiloh can talk shit and he can have some bravado about him. But Shiloh doesn't, I never get the feeling when he's talking to media like he talking like he's gracing them with his presence. Or like they wasting his time with interviews. He seems to be a lot more welcoming and accepting and a kind of like more... somebody can still pop their shit and be respectful. Shedeur coming off like the whole world hate him. The world don't hate y'all. The old guard in college football does, but not ESPN and them. The media, some of the media members have been hating. I'm not going to act like they have. It's a lot of them. It's a nice amount of them that have been, but ESPN has not. They love y'all. They love your father, right? So all that acting like Shedeur, acting like he don't even want to be there. But he's a hardworking ass black man. I think was the dude black? I think he was. I'm trying to remember. I just remember Shedeur's actions. I think the man might have been black, but regardless of what he was, black or not, that's a grown ass man you talking to, flashing your wish. He did it twice. Boy, I don't know. Something about that shit was irking me. Like I was like, boy, if that was my son, I'd slap the shit out of him at the interview. Boy, talk to that man like you got some sense. Talk to him. That's like, I don't like when people, like, again, man, it's something, I remember when artists used to go to the Breakfast Club, acting like they doing the Breakfast Club a favor when the Breakfast Club is the #1 radio station in urban media I mean, in the urban market, in the black market for urban black market, one of the top radio stations around the world, you know you're gonna get some clicks and views for your career if you have a Breakfast Club interview can, I promise you, it can get people to love you or hate you. I done seen some of my artists, even from my hometown, Polo G and them, acting like he's swagging on. I hate when men try to swag on other people when they talking to people, men or women. But like they just, like they could give a fuck about being there. I feel like the interviewer, if I was an interviewer interviewing Shedeur, he doing all that to me, I got to uphold my obligation to my network. But it'll make me reluctant to want to interview with him again. He's trying to swag on you the whole time. Like, and some may say he ain't trying to do it to him, but it's certain times to turn that off. So you can turn it on and turn it off. But it just it's a little much. And I feel a way, y'all might be like, why are you taking it so personal? I was in college, I was interviewing players. I was interviewing players from the opposing team, the opposing coach, my coach on Mississippi Valley team, all of that. I was doing all of that. And I can only imagine a media member who's working day and night, got to meet deadlines and got to do all type of stuff. And a young 20-year-old talking to you like, it's a blessing for him to be in front of you and he just doing all, probably like, fam, all right now. Again, he wasn't directly in his face, but it's just all on camera. Like, I'm looking, bro, relax. It's just too much. And what I see is, and I hate to say it, is a young man overcompensating. Right? A young man who not from a hood setting, but he around other dudes that's hood, like Jimmy Horn Jr. now, that come from that shit, and he trying to emulate that and have that come off of him. And it's kind of like getting a little bit like, hey, it's a little notches in a certain way, right? And when you talking and acting like that, this is a game. The game of football, men can hunt you on that field. Hunt you. You saw it with Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter before the game, ooh, they so big and bad, ooh. And I hate to see it happen to the young brother because Travis Hunter is a phenomenal player. But they hunted Travis Hunter. The boy hit Travis and didn't blink an eye. Didn't give a fuck about what happened to Travis. Because he can do that on that field. And again, he should have been ejected. He should have been. But he got away with it. Right? Boy, there's going to be people trying to take Shedeur's head off for how he giving it up. Got to turn that down a little bit, man. And I also said, I said it once, I'll say it again. All that before the game in the locker room, Master P in there, goddamn Key Glock in there, The Rock up in there, who else in there? It was a ton of folks at the game. I'm trying to think who else was in there. Offset up in there. They interviewing Offset. Why are they interviewing Offset at the game? Okay, but we know why, because of clicks and views. But Offset, Lil Wayne up in there in the locker room, all of that before the game can be distracting for them young shorties, man. It can be a little bit too much. That's why you saw a young man like Jimmy Horn, the game's so big, this in-state rivalry, that's supposed to have been all y'all just going against Colorado State. Colorado State balled out for real in a lot of ways. But Shedeur, man, young boy got ice in his veins. He the truth. And a tight end showed up. I like Xavier Weaver. Shiloh balled out. And Jimmy Horn Jr. redeemed himself. But early in the game, Jimmy Horn Jr., he dropping balls, causing interceptions and shit. I'm like, yo, it's a lot. It's a little bit too much. You gotta tone that down a little bit, bring it down just a little bit, rein them in. And Dion, and y'all think I'm tripping about Shedeur trying to get in there on Jay Norvell and get in there. And Dion even said it himself. That was Shedeur trying to get up in there. But Dion didn't chastise Shedeur in the open, in the public. Right? He didn't do that. He didn't say Shedeur shouldn't have done that. He needed to stop that. And I'm hoping he's doing it behind closed doors. Dion, you got to rein him in. Because he gonna develop a reputation for being obnoxious. And people not going to want to be, don't make yourself unbearable. What I'm saying, Shedeur. This is a beautiful story. You're a great quarterback. Don't make yourself unbearable. I know young people, man, you hating you. You don't understand Young Swagger. Boy, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. South Side, where a lot of them boys say they from, that they really not from. And they can't walk. You hear me? I lived, and I've been myself a street smart, but book smart kid. I was a school kid and lived in crazy environments all my life. So all of that, oh, you soft. I come from crazy shit. I done seen some shit you probably couldn't imagine, okay? And lived in gang banging territories when I had no gang affiliation, and I'm my mama's only son. So it wasn't nobody that walked me to the bus. I no other dude in there, no other big brother, none of that. I had to do that shit by myself. So all you soft, nah, I understand where stuff can go. and how stuff can go too far. He got to tone that down, and Dion got to rein them in. It's getting to be a little too much. And Shedeur, he giving it up a little bit too much, a little too crazy now. Got to tone it down, reel him in, before it becomes way unbearable. Because again, yeah, the world is people that was against him that said they couldn't do it, and I'm happy he's putting on for HBCU level talent to show that players that come from the HBCU level can ball in these Power 5 conferences, and he's doing it, and I love it, right? But you can't, every week you ain't got to have no, everybody don't hate you every week. The world hate us every week. Nah, bro. Everybody love y'all. For a majority of people love y'all. It's a lot of people that hate. Now, I'm not going to discredit that. It's a lot of people that's hating like Danny Cannell and them. Danny Cannell hating, right? And Dion Jr. called Danny Cannell a hoe, a pure hoe. I saw that, right? But, you know, every week, that can't be just trying to carry it like that every week. Like, just tone it down just a little bit. I'm not saying you can't be out there with your bravado. You can't be out there with flair like Dion was. But you can't be talking to 50-some of your reporters like you just gracing them with your presence, trying to get into shit with grown-ass men, get into their shit. Sit your little ass down, dog. Be cool. You hear me? And certain stuff just got to be toned in. And Dion got to start all that pregame, all them dudes in there. God damn. I promise y'all I was waiting for Obama and them to come into the game and to come into the locker room in a minute. I say, shit, who ain't in here? Is Scarface them up in this motherfucker? Shit, Stevie Wonder finna walk in here? I don't know. Shit, Gucci coming in here? I'm telling y'all, they one game away from Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy being in the same locker room at the same time and some shots being fired. You hear me? It's just like he got cool, tone some of that down. Cause I'm telling you, Travis Hunter got hit with one of them New Orleans Saints bounty hits. Cause dude, he was talking and yapping crazy before the game. Dude said, okay, cool. And it's not okay. But there's dudes out here that can hunt you. And Ryan Clark said that. He said he hunted. I'm stuttering. Ryan Clark said, I know what it looks like for a man to hunt another man. I did it for years in the NFL. Hunted other men. You can do that on the field and might as well lay you out. I'm telling you, I've seen Ryan Clark dive into dudes with all of his body and lay grown men out and make them quiver on the ground. And players can do this anyway. But when you giving it up a certain way, they have an extra animus in them to do it. So you got to tone that down. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.